Hey there, hi there, hello there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. Sorry I'm a little bit later than normal today. I was kind of healing through some stuff this morning. I wanted to talk to you about it. I wanted to talk to you. Hey Teresa, hey Sarah, hey Ba, hey Lisa, hey Linda, hey Eli, hey Ms. Nora, hey Michelle, Happy for Life, hello, hello, hey Tanya, hey Angie, hey Raina, Rena, hello Rena and Raina, hello Tracy, hey Anna. All right, so this morning I was experiencing some real trust problems, okay? Like trust in others, which as we know, right, how you view others is absolutely a reflection of yourself, okay? So I was dealing with some trust issues with myself, okay? So, and when I went to do trauma spotting, right, because I still trauma spot pretty, I wouldn't say every day, but pretty close to every day, okay? At least once or twice a week, typically. Sometimes very focused and sitting down and doing it, and other times on the go, but you get what I'm saying anyway. So when I went and I was brought back to a time, which, and if any of you have ever done trauma spotting, you know that sometimes you can be brought back to a time where you, where trauma was formed, where a program was formed, where, a belief was made. So this time for me was when I think I was in probably around somewhere middle school-ish, okay? When I was young, I was a nerd at its finest, okay? I loved getting good grades. I was artsy. I was a nerd. You know what I mean? I was not, I was the quiet girl. I kept to myself, you know what I mean? So anyways, I was brought back to this time where, which love nerds, not saying anything bad about nerds, because I'll be a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Love me some nerdiness. Okay. So, my dad sits me down. I remember I was sitting on my bed and he was told, by, my stepmother, and I don't know how she was told. I don't remember what she said, but basically I was being accused of doing some things of the sexual nature in which I didn't even know what he, and honestly, when he accused me of it, I didn't know what he was talking about, for real. I remember thinking Dad, I really don't even know what that is, right? But his insistence on him being right, and that I was, because somebody told him that I had done this, right? That surely I was lying, that I was, the one at fault. And, and he always had this thing, don't argue with me, he hated to argue. And this is not bashing on my dad. This is bringing me back to a situation in which I was forced to self-abandon, right? Where I was in a situation where my truth almost just didn't even exist, right? There was no truth. There was no space for my truth to even exist, right? Because it was, he was convinced, right? that I was exactly what, I was doing, what I was being accused of. Also, there was no arguing. I could not stick up for myself. I could not speak my truth, right? And so in that moment, that is when the power of trusting myself, right? Because I was forced to kind of self-abandon in that, right? And pull back and be okay, well, I guess, I have to accept this. I have to accept this as my truth. You see what I'm saying? That took away first of all, my ability to really trust in myself, right? And to speak my truth, okay? And that was probably, this was just this morning's work that I was working on, right? There's probably other instances, but this one was a big one and for some reason, typically I don't share this stuff with you guys, but for some reason I feel like I need to. So, and so in that moment, like I said, it was almost like I had this truth, right? And it was literally just like it completely disappeared. It didn't exist. It was not, and my power to stand in my truth went with it. So, and to also trust in myself, right? It's this energy of like, well, like maybe, like maybe I am doing something wrong, right? Maybe I am not doing something correct. Maybe maybe I need to look at that. Maybe I can't trust myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if I'm bringing this up to you guys so that you can, whether on your own or if you've purchased the trauma spotting video or whatever it may be, if this is an opportunity, if, because there may be a lot of, you may be feeling, it creates a space of feeling unsafe, right? Of feeling unsafe. And, because from then on, right, like that wasn't the only situation where, my safety, right, my father, the one that I should feel safe in his presence, right? That also was taken in that moment and many other moments because, well, if he didn't trust in me, right, there was automatically this like animosity or this like, it didn't feel safe, right? So, and there's a lot of other situations and stuff. Again, this is not a situation where I am bashing on anybody because I understand their state of consciousness at that time as well. But this is the effect that it had on me, right? So, some of you may just want to look at situations, right? If you're feeling like it might be something, I don't know, I may have just, it's healing intuition. I'm here to I'm here to help you release. So for those of you that are feeling guided that that's being brought up for you for a reason, take it. For others of you, you can leave it and let's get a collective message. Okay, here we go. What's your question, Eli? Yeah, Francisca, it's like they didn't want to believe, you know what I mean? Because in that situation, right, they had to believe something that they didn't want to believe. So, like, with my dad, just to put it into comparison here, right? It's an understanding like that he didn't want to believe that his spouse is lying to him about his daughter, right? Or he didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something that it was easier for him to accept that his daughter, a child, was lying than somebody that, an adult, right? And again, I don't know what she had heard or how she, came up with this or whatever it may be. I don't remember that part because I don't think it's relevant. The relevant part was that, my safety abandoned me and therefore I had to also self-abandon and my truth just didn't, yeah. So, unfortunately, Francisca, sometimes not, and Eli, I'm going to go back up to your question because I think I saw it. I'll scroll back up, but, it's something that they would have to accept But we cannot allow it to continue to take our power and knowing our own truth, right? We know the truth. Yeah, so like, exactly, Eli. So this morning I was in a, I was, my brain was creating scenarios, right? Where it was like, there was a specific scenario where I couldn't trust a situation, okay? And I looked at that and I was like, well, that just doesn't feel right. And it came to me, well, it has to be something within me, right? There's got to be something within me that is and every time, even if it's a situation where it is, because it was creating fear. That's how I know it was my brain and not my intuition. Okay? So it was creating fear, it was creating lack, it was creating, thoughts of like unworthiness and things like that. And so then, like that's when I knew it was like, okay, I got to look at this, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Francisca, because that's unfortunate, but it's, yeah. Exactly. God knows. That's all. That's all you can do, right? All right. What is and you also need to know, right? You need to understand that, that energy of wanting to avoid the real truth out of whatever it may create in whoever's life, right? That's a them thing. That's not a you thing. But you can call your power back from that situation, from a state of understanding and knowing, right? All right. You're welcome, Eli. Okay. What does the collective need to know? I feel like there's a decision, okay? I'm hearing that song, I'm all shook up. How does that go? Okay. I really feel like there is, like some confusion or like how do I'm having a hard time explaining the way that this feels. It's definitely taking your power back in some sort of situation. It has to do with the mind, right? It has to do with your thoughts, which makes sense with alignment with what I, just told you as well. But But it's like there's something about like feeling all tangled up. Like it's almost like your thoughts, some of you might be experiencing thoughts that are just it's like overwhelming. Like almost like you want to be like telling the brain like shut, you know what I mean? Like shut up. It's like loud, okay? I don't know what these thoughts are, but I feel like they're loud. It feels like they're like it almost feels like they're attacking you in a way, like there's something about that, and some of you might feel as though like this is what I mean by loud. Like look at these birds like all up in their space. You know what I'm saying? Like look at, and they're like squawking and and I really get the sense that these thoughts are like not yours. I feel like you're releasing them here. There's like like this is like something that you guys might be going through. Like this is somebody in particular, right? It's like that, like nagging you know, mom, or like nagging dad, or like nagging there's something about nagging, okay? Maybe you're like, maybe it's not thoughts, maybe it's like people, right? Really nagging you, really like getting under your skin, like really just like being in your space and just like, can I just, some of you are just like really desiring some space right now. You're like really wanting to be in hermit mode. You know what I mean? It's like you got all these different people like maybe coming and like squawking at you. I don't know why they keep saying that. I don't know why they keep saying that, squawking, okay? But it's like you have the ability to take this space. I don't know, some of you might feel obligated to like be in the midst of all this squawking, or like be in the, you know what I mean? Like it's like maybe you feel obligated, maybe you feel like I have to go there, or I have to, you know, I have to be involved in this, or you know, this is something that I'm feeling divinely led to do, or something like that. Or and it's like maybe you feel that way, and there's lots of like squawking saying like, no, don't do that, or it could be, I don't know, this is going to go for all of you in different situations, but I really feel like it's like you've already made a decision, collective. There's some sort of like decision that you've already made, or that you are making. Could have to do with travel, and for all of you it's going to be different. Some of you are choosing to actually travel, and some of you are choosing to put that plan to rest, okay? For all of you it's going to be so different. You're at different stages, but it's like there's something that you're being divinely led to do here, and I feel like there's a lot of, you know, it's like maybe you spoke to some people about this, or and it feels like there's like energies that are like squawking at you, like I don't know, like projecting their opinions, or projecting their their plans or their logic or something like that. And it's just, I feel like it's become bothersome to an extent where, like, you may actually just be like, no. Yeah, get out of my ear. I'm just gonna go, gather my thoughts here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like whatever this is, quit asking other people. Okay, because this feels like something that's been divinely led. Not everyone can see your vision. Not everyone can feel the things that you feel, right? They're not involved in your connection with the divine. They have their own, right? They have their own experience. Everyone is literally experiencing a different reality, and it's based on the programs that are playing in your subconscious mind. So something that may feel so right to me may feel so wrong to you, because there may be some sort of trauma around that, or vice versa, right? Something that may, even just a simple word, right? I could, a simple word to me can be triggering because maybe as a child, right, my mom always called me that, or, but to you that word is funny because you didn't experience that. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so it's like there are some of you that are like looking outside of you, asking like for advice outside of you around a situation that it's like they're not even, there's no alignment for them with this situation. Like maybe it's just hard for them to comprehend with their current state of consciousness. Again, nobody is better than anybody else, right? But it's like you're very divinely led, collective. And if you continue to, look at what society says is normal or should be, or, and you continue to speak to people who are, whether they're ascending or not, right? They still have their own logic. They still have their own beliefs. They still have their own opinions, right? Quit, I just want to say, quit asking other people about whatever this is. Whoever you are, whatever this is, quit asking other people, okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I really get the sense, collective, you've done really good about managing your thought process, right? Like for example, like for me this morning, right? Recognizing oh shit, that is, I need to go within on that, right? I feel like collectively we've really kind of gotten to that point where we're at that self-awareness where we can recognize, right? So it's just I feel like there's something significant about don't, I don't know, some of you may be asking somebody in particular, or it's like with the birds representing other people, right? Like you are free, right? You have the right, you know what you're doing here, but it's like their thoughts are tangling you up. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't, there's a situation, just ask source, right? Ask yourself, go within. Don't be asking other people, because it's like their thoughts and their projections, right? And again, it might be intentional and it might not be. That's not what's important. What's important is that you're gaining more trust within yourself and your relationship with the divine. I heard the word squawking again. So, what birds squawk? Seagulls? Okay. So, seagulls might be significant. Ms. Nora, I would definitely look into that, right? Why do you feel that way? Where does that root come from? Okay, because it wasn't something, you know, go all the way to the root. You can work through it. We've all made mistakes, right? Yeah, whatever this is, okay, I feel like it's going to be victorious. Okay, there's something victorious here. Okay, I feel like you're like taking a leap of faith, right? And it's whatever we're talking about as far as like, you know, it's like you've been given some sort of inspiration and you're like weighing it back and forth, right? And you're like, you know, maybe talking to other people about it, or you know, just quick messages, maybe getting advice, or you know, and it's like you're being asked to quit doing that. Just take this leap, okay? And whatever it is, okay, in divine timing, of course. Obviously, I'm not, you know, for all of you, it's going to be different, but it is going to be successful here, okay? It really is. It's going to be successful. There's yeah. Don't allow others' experiences to shape and form your own. You have the ability and the power to create what you want to experience. And it comes from, that power comes from having control over your mind and over your emotions. Okay, over the thoughts and over the emotions. That is where your power to create your own reality lies. Yeah. Are there any other messages? Because I feel like that all basically just said the same thing. Yeah, it's like a lot of things that maybe you're being guided to do right now don't make sense logically, right? They don't make a lick of sense. But that's okay, because typically if it's God, it doesn't make any sense at all. But it's all about your faith, right? It's all about the relationship you've developed. It's all about the seeds that you've planted. So again, this is where, you know, you cannot turn to other people's experiences or other people's beliefs or their logic. You have to go within your own here. And I saw a comment that said that I repeat the same messages throughout the same video, like throughout the video, and you're correct. I do that, and I don't really know why, but I do. So I just go with it. Okay. I'm sure it's annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's like you're being guided to release some sort of negativity here so that you can have faith in your vision, right? Some of you, I feel like you're looking outside of you for somebody else to see your vision and be like, yes, that's it. You got to go for it, right? Like, that's the dream. That's the one for you. Like, that's the thing. No. No, you have to find that within yourself. You can't look outside of you telling people to go after the vision that you have received. That won't work. It won't work for anyone involved. Okay? Know that luck is on your side here, right? And when I mean luck, I mean good karma, right? You've planted some good seeds. You have planted some good seeds. So there is luck on your side here, okay? But there is definitely some releasing that needs to be that needs to happen here, right? It's just negativity, right? And when I say negativity, it is these negative beliefs that you have formed around yourself based on what other people have either projected you or made you feel in the past or whatever. Right? We're getting to a point where it's like self-accountability. Nobody can make you feel any type of way. And if they do, if you feel some type of way because of somebody else's words or somebody else's actions, you should look at that, right? You should look at that. You should not allow anyone to have any power over you, how you view yourself, how you feel about yourself. And all of those things. And so I feel like this is something that's really big right now that the divine is asking you to look at. Where are you giving out your power? Where are you allowing people to, press your buttons? You should have those buttons on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have the button, right? I can activate that button, but there's a lock on it because I have the choice to open it up when I need it to use that button, right? It's like that. And now I'm being reminded of this thing I saw the other day. And somebody said, be a water bottle, not a bottle of soda. And somebody was like, what? And they're like, well, if you are a bottle of soda and somebody comes and they shake you up and then they open you, right? Shaking you up by like triggering you or, poking the bear, whatever, they open you, then yeah, you're going to explode, right? You're going to fizz everywhere, right? But if you're a bottle of water and somebody shakes you up, right, and then they open you, you don't. So, yeah, it's you're being encouraged to be the bottle of water. Yeah. Hopefully it's your favorite kind of pop. I used to be Dr. Pepper. Maple syrup, that's a good one. Thick and sweet. All right, let's get some final messages. 3355 might be significant. Oh, I can't do diet. Oh, I can't even, the taste of soda, really, I can't stand it anymore, but when I did like it, I couldn't do diet, that fake, I couldn't do it. It just wasn't for me. Okay. Yeah. Listen, collective, you're really freaking smart. Okay? Like, I don't know who is making you feel Okay, that maybe there are people that are making you feel like down or discouraged or like, irresponsible or like unintelligent, or there's something. There are people that are like looking at you, or they're expressing some type of energy, or they're, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's people that are like have their nose up, right? And they're just very like there's no self-awareness there. There is no, accountability or anything, right? It's just like maybe they who knows, maybe they have money, or maybe they have things, right? Or maybe they just feel like, they're still basing their value based on what they have, right? Or maybe they just simply have more than you do, or you know what I mean? And it's like, you and I, collective, we know that does not determine the value of who you are, right? I feel like, collective, there is so much inside of you. Like, you are so smart, and you are so intelligent, and you are I feel like very tapped in, very divinely guided, right? I feel like your intuition is litty lit, right? And but I still feel like you're still kind of looking for that. Some of you are still maybe looking for that confirmation, or that like something outside of you that's saying like, yes, you're right, but there's like gaslighting energy, or you know what I mean? Like there may be some people that are trying to gaslight you or something like that. Quit going to those people. Intuitively, I feel like you know that they're doing that, right? But you're still learning to trust in yourself. You're still learning to trust in your connection with the divine. Quit going to the people that you intuitively feel like are gaslighting you, because they are. You are far more smart. You are far more intelligent. You are far beyond your years. Okay? If there are people who are like trying to express some sort of like, deeper knowing or better understanding of life simply based on like their age, that's a sure sign, right? That they're still lacking self-awareness, right? My 11-year-old is far wiser than me, right? Like, she's lived, you know what I mean? Like, and I just know that, right? Like, there's nothing about age, right? That makes, just because you are older than me, or you may be older than collective or whatever, that does not mean that you have more wisdom or emotional intellect or intelligence, or, you know what I'm saying, than somebody else. Your age does not determine that, okay? Because sure, life experience matters, but did you experience life, or did you just walk through it just like the rest of the world? You know what I mean? Because we got a lot of people out here that have just been walking through life like the rest of the world, following the crowd, doing all these things that are like, gaslighting and casting judgment and putting logic onto visions that collectively earth angels are having, and it's putting you in a space where it's like the divine is just saying like, quit going to these people. When you are asking people for advice, or you are looking for, somebody to help build you up or something like that, do not go to somebody who has followed the grain. Especially if you are somebody that is going against the grain. You know? You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. This is not your first rodeo, okay? Remember. Listen to that song today. It's called Remember by Saint Finnegan. Love him. He's such a good high vibrational artist. Listen to his song called Remember. Okay. Yep, I think that I am going to leave it there. I think that's a good message for over here. And I am going to go over to some sort of extended for the members. I don't know what we're going to talk about over there because I feel like this message kind of wrapped up. I don't know why I feel like it, but I feel like we're going to talk about love over there, which... you know. Anyways. Anyways, all right. I'll see you at the extended. Love you guys.